So obviously the first thing we want to do here, guys, is we want to disconnect the battery. On a side post battery like this one, we want to go ahead and use an 8mm wrench, and we want to unhook the negative, i.e. the black battery cable first. Okay, and we have moved that out of the way. Now we're going to go ahead and disconnect the positive battery cable. Okay, now that we've successfully removed both battery cables, we need to remove the battery hold down with our 13mm socket and extension right here in front of the battery. Okay guys, now we're going to go ahead and remove the battery hold down, which is located right down here at the very front of the battery. And we're going to go ahead and use our 13mm and our extension to undo the one bolt that holds it into place. Now, the key here is not to lose this thing. Not quite loose enough yet. There we go. Now she's loose. So we've got that battery. Hold down, bolt out, reach down and get the hold down itself out of the way. And keep these two together. We are now ready to remove the battery. Now, just to give us a little more workspace, specifically in the C5, this isn't something you're going to have to do in the C6. We have this shield here that needs to be removed. Right back here behind the fuse box is a little, what we call a Christmas tree plug. We're going to go ahead and use a plug puller, pull that out, and then we can remove this panel out of the way. That's your little Christmas tree plug. Now we've got the battery tray fully exposed and as much room as possible to work. Now we need to go into the center of the battery tray and remove the 4 13mm bolts that hold the tray to the frame mount. I'm going to use a 3/8 ratchet with a 13mm. We're going to go ahead and take those 4 out right now. These are the 4 bolts that hold the battery tray to the frame extension. You don't want to lose them. Go ahead and put them somewhere safe. So obviously the next step, guys, is we're actually going to remove the battery tray from the car. At this point, it should just be a matter of going down, bending down, grabbing the tray from both sides, wiggling it a little bit, and pulling it upward as you wiggle it to get it off of that frame mount. So the next step's pretty simple. We're going to take our battery tray to the utility sink, and we're going to wash it with soap and water really good, remove any excess dirt or acid or anything on it, and then we're going to let it dry. Now it's time to begin our conversion and our work on the battery tray itself. First thing we have to do is using a small flat-bladed screwdriver is we've got to remove these 4 metal clips that are the receivers for the bolts that come from the car when it's installed in the car. The way to go about this is you want to stick, see the best way to show this. There's a little remote wire U-shaped tab at the bottom of these clips. You want to stick the screwdriver in under that, lift that up, and then push. Once that is released, you can pull the clip off and set it aside. Repeat that for the other 3 locations. See this little U-shaped retainer wire right here? That's what we're going to go ahead and get behind, pry forward, and then push down, like so. Pry forward, push down. Once you've got it past the hole, you can just pull the clip off, like so. Okay, we're now to the point where we're going to modify each of these 4 holes and drill them out to exactly 5/8 of an inch. Now, if you have a step drill bit, similar to this, that is marked 5/8, this makes this job a lot easier. So we're going to go ahead and each hole, all right, let's go down to 5/8. One more. There we go. We repeat that for each of the other holes. See how easy that is, guys? Now, before we put the clips back in, we need to do one more change. This is the front of the battery tray. What we want to do is we want to take side cutters and cut a space to basically elongate this hole all the way down so that our hose has a place to come through. So we're going to take our side cutters on one side of the hole and on the other side. Now, on the 3 holes you didn't cut the groove in, take your clip and put it back in. Remember, the flat side, the flush side of the clip goes on the inside of the battery box. All you need to do is just push down and snap them in like so. Being careful not to kink the hose, we're going to pull the hose upward and we're going to put it through this hole in the front facing part of the battery tray mount like so. Like here. So we've made the changes to our battery box that we needed to make. Now we're ready to reinstall it on the frame extension, making sure to keep the hose that we just installed in the middle of this. Okay, now we're going to use the 3 bolts for the 3 remaining clips to secure the battery tray to the frame extension. And there's a very important step we're going to talk about as soon as we get these started and almost tight. Now that we've got those 3 bolts in there finger tight, just snug with our fingers, this is important. We want to pull up on the battery tray and then tighten those bolts down. That's going to give us the room to install our custom battery acid drain. Now that we have the battery firmly installed, lifted as high as it would go, which is why we enlarged those holes earlier, now it's time to install the battery drain. This is our custom-made, acid-resistant, acid-proof drain. So instead of having any spillage go right down through that giant hole and into your frame, this is going to gather up the acid and send it down that acid-proof tube that we just installed. So now we're ready to go ahead and put this in place. First thing we're going to do is attach the tube we just pulled through to this nipple. You're going to center that in the opening. Now, one thing I'm going to tell you, that little hose is going to try to push that up the whole time you're working. So you'll want while you're gluing around this, which we're going to show you in a minute, you're going to want to hold this down, and then while it's curing, you want to set something heavy on the red plate to keep it in place. So let's go ahead and do some gluing. Okay, so now we've got it all surrounded. And remember, guys, a little of this goes a long way. You don't have to gob it on. And of course, you can clean it up with latex gloves or whatever. You're going to do this 3 times. Let it dry for a half hour each time. And then ideally, you'll let it set overnight before you put the battery back in. But since you can't stand here all day pushing down on that to keep it dry, grab something heavy and put it on so you can go do whatever else you need to do with your day. I'm going to use a stub axle from a C6 Corvette for you Corvette fans out there. Obviously, guys, as we're doing this, I can tell you want to do this in a ventilated area. Otherwise, you're going to be feeling pretty crazy in about 30 minutes. So make sure you got a window open, a fan going, something. While you're letting this cure, you want to put a little dab of the glue on each of these rivets right here so that if acid hits those, they don't disintegrate and it can't get by them. Okay, so now that this is cured overnight, we're going to go ahead and reinstall the battery hold down, and basically do everything in reverse that we did earlier. So first, let's grab the battery. With the battery back in place, we now need to reinstall the battery hold down. Now we're ready to reconnect the battery. We always reconnect the positive battery cable first. Then the negative. Now we're going to put our heat and splash shield back in place. And we're going to replace our Christmas tree plug. Now we're ready to make the hole in the lower valence panel here, this piece of plastic, in order for the drain tube to be able to come out. And if any acid ever does come out, it comes out onto the ground rather than onto your bodywork or your frame or anything like that. So the things we need to do, we need to remove 3 7mm screws, which I've already removed. One here, one here, one here. Now that those are out of the way, we can pull this down and we can see that our hose is here from our installation. So we're going to put that off to the side over there and we're going to drill our hole right here. We're going to go right there. Anywhere in here is fine, right behind this little vent. That should be your locator. Anywhere in here you can drill. So now we're going to take our step drill again and we're going to drill a 3/8 hole. That's nice and clean. We're going to pull this down, grab our hose. Again, we want to make sure we're not kinking anything here. There we go. Not pinch, not kink. And now we can go ahead and put our screws all back in place and our drain is installed. And that completes the installation of the C6 Corvette's battery acid drain. I want to show you on this C5 carcass a better view of what we're trying to avoid. You can see this is the mount for the battery, and you can see all this rust on the frame. Now this I've seen way worse. This is battery acid, guys. This is a battery acid leak. The other thing you're going to be looking at, your computer mounts right here. So if there's acid on that, you want to pull it out and clean it. And most importantly, this little bolt right here is one of your main grounds. While we're in here doing this job, you want to pull everything off of that, clean it really good, and put the grounds back on it. So think about it. Your battery tray's here, it comes off. Make sure to clean this ground while you're in there.